Hey everyone, welcome back to the channel. My name is Tori. If you're new here, we are outside in the garden today. We actually have a frost coming tonight, so I'm going to harvest as much as I can, including seeds, and I wanted to show you some of those plans and what you can do to stay sustainable and just keep your garden harvest coming. I don't think it is the end of our garden, but there are a lot of things that could be picked right now that could get damaged by the frost. So if you're new here, hi, hello, my name is Tori. I do videos all about being prepared on a budget, and we love to garden. We're here in northern Colorado. I'm in zone 5B. We would love it if you became part of our YouTube family. I'm going to get you turned around and show you what's going on here. We're really trying to beat this storm. So the kids are out here helping, and I have my little one here as well. Again, subscribe if you're new, and let's get right into this. All right, over here, the squash. I feel like I can cover that and they will be fine. Some of them I do need to pull though. So we have some Lakota in here, sweet meat. We have a pumpkin that can go. We of course are going to save the seeds from the lettuce. I'm going to show you how to do that. It's like literally the easiest thing ever. Carrots will be fine. They're underground, not too worried about them. And then over here we have some tomatoes, and this tomato plant I allowed to grow like this and it did amazing. So honestly, vertical gardening can be helpful, but if you have the space to test it out, definitely test it out because it worked for us. I have some chamomile over here ready to be harvested. Of course, we could grab some eggs from our chickens. Our ducks are molting right now and they're not laying. I have some yarrow that can be dehydrated, hold on buddy, and put into some powder. So that's what we're gonna do with that. And then over in this yellow jackets, yeah. I think that is it for this area. We have some potatoes that need to be harvested. The kids are super excited about that. As you can tell, they want to talk and chat with you all, but we're going to dump that over and they can grab some potatoes. And then I think over here is really just about squash and beets. The beets will be fine. I'm going to continue to let them grow. Tomatoes aren't producing too many on this plant, but we could grab some. And then the biggest plan right now are the sunflowers. I'm sad to see them go, but we need to get them harvested and dried out for my chickens. We have some zucchini over here. Anything in the ground will be fine. So holy buckets. Yeah, that's a big one.
Yeah, I found it.
So over here we have sweet potatoes. They'll stay in the ground until the end of harvest season. And then we just have some sad looking tomatoes. We could grab them. Some of these are starting to blush, so we'll do that. And then we have some nasturtium that we can make into a salad or a tea, whatever you want to do. And then we do have over here some pole beans that we can pull. So we'll pull some of the pole beans. We'll do some pineapple sage. And then we have bell pepper over here. I'm going to just go ahead and grab it. They are not very frost tolerant, but honestly, I think it would be okay if they were all right in the drop in temperature, if that makes sense. So, wow, cool. So that should be fun. And then over here, I think is just that basil plant that I was talking about, but really the goal is these sunflowers. Again, they're beautiful. Here's that basil plant. Beautiful sunflowers, absolutely beautiful. But around this time, the squirrels start getting to them and then they start to fall over. Some are having some disease to it. And I do all of my sunflowers for the beauty of them, of course, but I do them for the chickens as well. And I have learned all of my chicken knowledge from my neighbor. He raised meat birds and laying hens. And for the laying hens, he would take his sunflowers. Let me turn you around. He would dry them out on a sheet every single season, and he would give them to his laying hens. And now I've seen and heard people tell me on my channel that I should get the sunflowers out, or the seeds out of the sunflowers for them, and I will not do that because of what my neighbor has told me. He said that laying hens actually enjoy the activity of pecking at it. And now this won't work for all of your hens, it depends how they are, but I just give them a sunflower head a day in the winter and then they just peck at them. I try and do it with the ducks, but their beaks are a little bit different, so the only ones that I will pop out are the ones for the ducks, and then I put that in their water. That's how ducks like their treats, at least mine. So sometimes I will pop the sunflower seeds out, but this time I'm not going to do that. So I just wanted to give that little disclaimer before I get anybody like that. But let's get right into this. I'm super excited, and I think this will be a learning process for all of us. Let me know in the comments down below what you're harvesting, what you're excited about. I definitely was craving a fall garden, but I think it's going to be a very long winter, and it's going to be starting early. So we actually have a big trip coming up as well, and I'm trying to get the garden in place before I leave, just so my husband is not left with a ton of responsibilities. But yay, here we go. So we're gonna grab some seeds here from my lettuce, and you just let it kind of go to seed there. And it's a perfect day for this kind of thing. I really wish we had amaranth because it's windy, and all I do is just let all of these little, I don't know what to call them, all of that fall apart, kind of let the wind take it, and then I go ahead and I put my seeds in here. And then, yeah, I have lettuce seeds, arugula. Ow. This is a salad blend. Are you okay?
Yeah, the squash poked me.
Oh, okay. So this is a salad blend, actually, and I won't be, needing this much, but it's just nice to save seeds. And I've had questions. I can save them for about 3 years, and after year 3 you see some germination just not happening. So yeah, that's what works for me.
What are you going to do with that?
We're going to get the seeds off.
What do stink bugs do? What do ants do?
So I take it one at a time. Sorry, you have some grass in your face here. And I'm trying to get these bugs out of here. They're just mini stink bugs, but yeah.
Mini stink bugs. Yeah, they're baby stink bugs. Hey, look at that.
Yep. Oh, they're everywhere. So many bugs, huh?
Yeah, so many stink bugs.
Yeah.
Just you're too close.
Okay, there goes the... Yep.
You're too close to me.
Oh, she's all right. Thank you.
Why do you need to put those?
We're going to get all these out, and we're going to save the seeds, right?
Why do we need to?
And it's okay if you get some little pieces in it. No, thank you. So it's okay if you get little tiny pieces in there. Honestly, I just stick all of them into the ground, and it seems to grow every year for me. This is my, I don't know, I've been running off of this since Boulder when we lived there. So it's been probably 7 years that I've had this salad blend seeds. They were the first seeds that I saved because I thought they were the easiest. There's some parts of the plant that are gonna have some moisture in there, and you don't want that. That's just like a new flower that came up. So yeah, like this, you're not gonna want that in there. So we're getting that out.
Like baby stink bugs.
Yeah, you could also let it just keep going to seed all season, especially your greens, because at least here in Colorado, my kale could last through the entire winter season if I wanted it to. So, yeah. Oh, gentle hands, please. Alright, so here's a good sunflower head. I got the bugs out of it, and I just wanted to show you when you open it, that's where your seeds are. So you want some dry seeds, but there's a number of ways to pull these out. And yeah, depending on the variety of sunflowers, 1 second, honey, you will get different kinds of seeds. So the ones like you see in the grocery store, that would be a different kind of sunflower. Those would be like mammoth sunflowers, but I don't really grow large sunflowers. I kind of just go with the flow, but these seeds are what the chickens look for. And like I said, it's an activity for my hens, so they're like that big, but they love them. So they're great little treats in the winter time, and they you know, they're great for them. The ducks really enjoy them, accompanied with some bugs and, you know, some peas. They really love frozen peas, and you're good to go. So of course you can save, you know, a few of these seeds, which we will be doing, and then we just put them in Mylar. But yeah, super easy. If you've never saved your sunflower seeds, they're beautiful but very functional for the garden. So Wilder's going to work on that with his cutting skills, doing some homeschooling while we're out here. But yeah, I'm loving this. I really hope you get some use out of these little garden hacks that I have going on. But as you can see, you just take all of that off there. I don't know the technical terms, but that's okay. Doesn't need to be like that. And then right there are your seeds. So you can leave them in place like that. If you are seed saving though, take them out of here and then go ahead and put them in your Mylar after they're dry. All right, I'm gonna try and set you up without my tripod here, but I'm talking about seed saving, and I've gotten questions as to, why, yeah, you can do some too. Why we do it, why do we seed save? The ability to grow my own food is probably, I mean, not my number one thing, but it's really important to me. So it helps with my mental health. It helps with food security, honestly. And we know how to take our harvest and make it last for years to come. So we can can things, and having food security is something that's very important to me. I've talked about it on the channel a lot. And if ever you're feeling that insecurity, definitely dial your local 211, or I've always said to email me. My email is mountainmommaliving@gmail.com. And if you ever need anything or just a person to chat with, I am there. I'm your girl. I don't mind talking to any of you. It's just really great to connect. But in my season of seed saving, again, I saved these seeds probably 7-8 years ago at this point, now that I'm thinking about it. And you know, this was one thing. I could have saved a bunch. So I started out with Baker Creek, I think, but I could be wrong. And recently I've switched to another company, and I always link them. So I found this company on a prepping website, and it is an affiliate link, but I think it's a really great value. And I got myself two. I got them last season, and then I got myself another pack this season, and altogether 3 packs of them were like $130 or something. I think it's like $50 with shipping and handling, and you get a book, a medicinal book, and I've given that book away to friends, and I just think it's a really great gift to have in your prepper pantry. So again, I link those seeds. They are my most, I guess, like purchase link. They're just amazing to have, in my opinion, and I wanted to thank all of you for that. But I did want to touch on it again, so I'm going to link that in the description box. It's just an amazing value, and you always want to be looking for heirloom organic seeds when you're seed saving. Some people say it's impossible, there's no way you could grow seeds from, you know, just your grocery store vegetables, and you know, I don't know if that's necessarily true, because I've taken peppers before that weren't heirloom, they were organic, and I've regrown peppers. So I don't know, I think it depends. Maybe they were sprayed with something strange that allowed them to do that. But this new stuff on the market, I've even, thanks buddy, I've even seen some farmers, here, give these to the chicken. Yeah. Some farmers talking about it, but essentially the spray that they're putting on things doesn't allow this crop to be reproduced. Like, you can't save your seeds, you can't use that in the harvest. And if you don't think that's intentional, then I don't know if we can have a conversation, because at this point I am open. I'm always open-minded, but what our government is doing is absolutely horrendous. And I've gotten comments about that. I don't think anyone could come out of this pandemic and really trust the government, but there are people out there that can. So I guess like my issue with all of that is they're messing with our food sources, and they're doing it slowly. It's not going to be some quick thing. We have to follow the money. And I may sound like a broken record, but when you're purchasing things, when you are doing anything in your life, do research. And I didn't always do that. I kind of just followed blindly, not growing up, but there was a good chunk of my adult life where I was just following blindly and just not looking into things. And I don't know what sparked it in me, but maybe it was becoming a mother, just reading ingredients, reading what they're putting in things. And it can be anything. It could be your food source, your water source, your air source. It could be something as common as your clothes, a mattress. Just look into what's in there, and then look into what those items in your food and your clothing and your water, what they could be causing. Maybe you have a common ailment that you're treating with pharmaceuticals. That is not aiding in your ailments. It's making it worse, and it may seem like a temporary switch. But before I continue this conversation, I will say pharmaceuticals, medical intervention is necessary in some ways. I do think that there should be a time and a place. And again, I talk about this a lot on the channel, so sorry if I sound like a broken record, but what we try and do is treat the root source. We are not treating the symptom. So yeah, I'll stop my rant. What I wanted to say was the seeds are always linked in my description box. They are a really great option. And when I'm putting links or when I am partnering with companies, I want you to know that you probably hear it a lot from YouTubers, but I want it to be something I believe in. And like, as an up and coming YouTuber, I didn't always have that in the back of my head just because I was trying to financially help my family. But in the last couple of years, probably 3 or so, I've really tried to partner with brands that are going to align with my family's values, but it's really difficult. Like, I've partnered with Temu before, and they're a company that I'm still sort of on the fence about, and I don't really plan on partnering with them again just because of the products. But again, you only see a small glimpse of my life, and if I can contribute to my family, if I can financially grab some more things to get my family prepared, I'm gonna take that chance. So I did want to say that because I got called out recently, and it just like hurt my heart, because I never ever want to mislead anybody, and I do want you to see my integrity and how I want to move about this channel, because brands and links that I share, they do contribute to my family, and it means the world. It's a very, very small financial contribution, but it really is helpful because I do make these videos for free. They take up my time. I'm a mother of 3, so there's not a lot of time that I have, but I did want to just get on here and mention that. So from here on out, I will be trying my best with brands that I morally, ethically support. It's really hard. It really is. I always say I'm 80-20. There's going to be things that I say that someone's going to come on and say, but this ingredient is bad, but this company did this, so you shouldn't agree with that. And it's impossible to be perfect. It really is. So I've gotten called out a lot lately, and it's just been weighing on me. It is so, so difficult to find something that I truly believe in and link it for you all, because I'm not going to agree with every single company morally. Sometimes there's going to be ingredients that are bad for me, yes, but can I financially afford them? That's another aspect of these things. So again, did want to come on here and say that. Sorry I talk too much. Apparently that's a thing too on the channel. I appreciate everyone who's stuck up for me in the comments. It just means the world. But we are attempting to beat this storm, so let's get back into this garden harvest. All right, Wise having a little too much fun with the scissors. Thank you so much. 4-year-olds, man. Whew. Okay, we're gonna get the zucchini out of there. We have a few squash over there. I know, and we're gonna go as quick as we can. We're gonna get beat out by the rain, but here are the sunflowers so far. That is from one sunflower plant, and we will do the rest. I think I've counted 16 in the yard, so we're doing pretty good. That will last probably a month for those chickens, and we really only need about 6 months or so. And then during the summer they eat a lot of bugs and such. And then over here we have our lettuce seeds that we're trying not to get wet, and then we have all of the squash that happened and some zucchini. So we're gonna put some things in the garage here, and I'll get back with you in a second. All right, it's starting to rain really hard. I've been letting my potatoes dry out for 2 weeks, because I'm going to harvest them, so I don't want them to get wet. So I'm going to pull them in the garage, and we're going to harvest them after the rain comes. I will say there's many perks. We're inside now, me and Emmy, of growing those potatoes in grow bags, but I was easily able to move those into the garage, and I'm happy I did, because you really don't want wet potatoes when you're harvesting them. You can totally dry them out, but we don't have a root cellar. So I'm going to show you my plan of what I want to do with the squash so they can get a nice hard shell so we can have them throughout the winter. And potatoes you could do this with as well, but I'll show you how I'm going to store those, and then I will tell you about how I'm going to store my carrots and beets. Okay, we are back out. It has rained. Now it's chilly. I know, it's okay. And we are going to harvest these spuds, right guys?
Are they in the ground?
I know they are. I told you to wear a jacket, you crazy kid. Here we go. All right, they're in here. Let's pull it out. Oh my gosh. Okay, I can do this one-handed. Oh, look, a cricket. Here we go. Okay, holy bucket. Why do I do this? Have our spot. We have two random corn stalks in here. That's going. Yeah. Okay, excuse me. Excuse me. All right, so we're just gonna dump it over. And then I am taking a rake to this, but everyone and their mom says not to do it with a rake, but we're gonna do it anyways. It's gonna be okay. You just gotta be really, really careful, right?
I found the Lego.
Okay, just wait. When doing this with kids, it's like an Easter egg hunt, and they see all the things, but you just have to wait, okay? All right? Okay. Here we go. Just kind of pushing it over. And I did flip my rake just there. I don't see any there. I see a rock. Oh, I see one. Yeah, it's exciting. Oh my goodness, so cool. Okay. So yeah, I do see a bunch in there. I'm gonna allow them to go through. It is bath night, luckily, right? Okay. Okay, we're gonna put it in this bucket. Oh, gentle. And you don't want to brush off too much dirt. You want that dirt if you're saving them, okay? Ready? Come on over. Come. I know. There's a bunch of it in here. I'll let you watch. Okay, go ahead. Grab some spuds. Cool beans. Oh, let's not toss him in too hard, right? He is a little guy. You can still eat these if you want, but... A worm? Hi, Mr. Worm. Oh, yeah. There he is. All right, it is quite a bit later, but I did kind of want to show you what's been going on with our storage. So I'm going down to our basement, aka my makeshift cellar, and I'm just going to, I guess, oh, I hear a chirp. Fire alarm needs to be changed. Anyways, what I was saying is we don't grow enough potatoes to store them, and that's partially because I like to experiment. I am experimenting with everything we have here just because I just want some practice for our forever home. I'm going to go big with our forever home, not big in home size, but big in land, and I want to do a lot with that land, so I'd like to figure things out. I understand that Colorado and Pennsylvania are very different places, but at least I can get a practice on gardening and just figure myself out. But I do have an under the stairs storage, and it's relatively cool in there, but the idea is it is dark. So my plan is to store all of my squash in there, and I'm going to have probably cattle paneling or chicken wire on top of a shelf, and then I'm going to put the squash there. That way I guess the outer skin can kind of cure itself, just because I don't have cold storage. And then for potatoes, if I were storing them, you would store them with the dirt on them in a cool and dark place. You could honestly just store them in a wooden crate. For my carrots, I'm gonna try a different setup. I'm gonna try wet sand. Sorry about that chirping, but I'm gonna try wet sand, not wet, damp sand, and I'm gonna put those in there. And then I've heard beets can go in there as well. And then for my sweet potatoes, my aunt actually taught me this little trick, but she wraps them individually with newspaper and then she puts them in a Rubbermaid bin. So that is my goal with all of that, and this is where it will be stored. So that's why I came down here, that and for a little bit of quiet because the kids are sleeping. But I hope you enjoyed today's video. I know it was a little bit different. I appreciate you all being here, listening to me chat and all of the things. So I hope you're doing well wherever you are in the world, and stay tuned for some more videos. Subscribe if you're new, and I'll catch you on the next one. Stay adventurous, stay creative. Bye, y'all.